Okay. Looks like I'm live. There we go. I see it. We're live. Hello, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with this week's Games and Storms live stream. So, let me start to share some of this out. Gotta go to the good old Facebooks. Alright, there's one Facebook. There's two Facebooks. There's three Facebooks. And one Twitter coming up. There goes the Twitter. Alright, stream health is good. All looks good. Alright. Welcome, everybody. Again, this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with this week's Games and Storms live show. So, in this, we talk a little bit about opposite of Games and Storms. We talk about storms first, weather for the week, and then we go into some gaming. And if you see in the YouTube the description part, we're going to be playing Doom this week, and I'm going to start a brand new Doom game because I have one I've completed, and I actually have a benchmark run whenever I do tweaks on the gaming computer. I have a benchmark run that I go through this one level the exact same way. But I'm going to start a new one. And eventually I think the new Doom, Doom Eternal, will be coming out this year. But before we get started with anything, we got to pop open a little sip. Let's try for the... I have a chilled glass this week. Let's try for the perfect pour. Ooh, a little higher. There we go. Looking good so far. Okay. And then top it off. Not the biggest head. Usually I've had a little bit bigger of a foam head on there, but not too bad. So cheers, everybody. Oh, a couple of messages here. Let me get these out. All right. All right, so let's start off by taking a look at some weather maps. Let me pull up some things here. Oh, and in terms of computer stuff, I don't know if Edge, because I'm using Edge right now. It has the Chromium browser in it now, or something like that. The Chromium core, which is the core of the Google Chrome browser. I don't know if it was updated. I don't know if it's using Chromium at the moment, but I think that was the plan initially. So let me pop up some things here, and then I'll show you guys my screen. So we got, I'm just loading up radar. Let me get some satellite. Let's get some surface maps. And then we'll pull up some models. Waiting for those to load up. Alright, so those are loaded. This button should still work now. Good. So, we're going to take a look here. Ignoring the rain at the moment there that we just passed in the middle part of the country. Let's take a look at the northeast. So, it's beautiful outside right now. I don't even see a single cloud out there. It is breezy, however. And this is not bad. It's not the strongest wind. It's what we could deal with, but the sun is so good, and it's 70 degrees outside right now. Oh, and I do want to give a little shout out. I had somebody, let me see, from Facebook message me, and they were talking about, here we go, Adam Hewitt, if you are watching, thank you for the submission. So he has a temperature reading of 91 degrees yesterday. And that is unusually hot. So, Adam, if you're watching this stream, thank you for your submission. So, 91 degrees where he was, and he's on the Jersey Shore. And that was not was the one thing, one part of the state. All of New Jersey was very hot. And I think I had a high temperature reading of about 87. Let me go into my own data real quick here. Let's see. NetAtmo. Oh, that is offline. Oh well. I don't know. Oh, Wi-Fi's. The Wi-Fi's always plague you. I feel like the Wi-Fi, I have to change the password every month or so. Just because it just breaks. Oh, technology and me are not friends, even though I am pretty good with technology. Anyway, so it was hot yesterday. Quite a stark difference. Not just today, but a week ago. So for Mother's Day, the low temperature was getting to around 40. I was wondering if we were getting to the upper 30s for Mother's Day, but we didn't. It got down to about 41 where I was. And 41 on Sunday to 79 for over the weekend. And then specifically yesterday, we got to around that 90-degree reading in a lot of places. So, let's look at today's weather. Beautiful skies. There's really nothing across all of the East Coast, even going down to Florida. Florida looks pretty good. There's always some thunderstorm activity around Florida, and you can see a couple little spots of that here and there. But overall, a pretty good day. Now, what we're going to be watching, would any of this come into our area? And that line right there is a little bit intriguing, and we're going to look at the Storm Prediction Center as well. We're going to look at that after the satellite. That's the middle part of the country. Then we're going to go west. And over the west, California's having some scattered showers here and there going into Nevada, but not we're going to go into some satellites. So let's play through this. And this is the main system. You can see that counterclockwise rotation of the low pressure. Northern hemisphere, counterclockwise rotation. At the surface, because the counterclockwise rotation is opposite in the upper level of the atmosphere. So low pressure in the northern hemisphere spins counterclockwise at the surface, and it spins clockwise at the upper levels of the atmosphere. Because you have something called convergence with the low pressure, because everything wants to be equal. Equilibrium is what Mother Nature tries to achieve. So when you have a low pressure center, it tries to fill in. When you have that counterclockwise rotation at the bottom, everything fills in. It goes out the top, and you have divergence at the upper levels of the atmosphere, and it has the opposite rotation at the surface. So a high pressure system is divergent at the surface and convergent at the upper levels of the atmosphere. Little science lesson for you there. And we're seeing that right here. Counterclockwise convergent flow. And that it looks like it's actually leading to some convection here. Now, I want to see the water vapor imagery as well. Let me see. Lower level water vapor first. Look how much dry air. So this is called a dry slot as well. And dry slots come up in snowstorms in the winter. It looks like you have a massive snowstorm coming in, but then it pulls in this dry air, which is right here, that dry slot, and you just don't get snow because it evaporates beforehand. So we have this dry slotting happening, and that kind of chokes off the low pressure system. But still, we're looking at this line right here, and very small. You can see all this popping up right around this. Kind of think of it as a dry line. Oh, and this we are going to take a look at a little bit later in the tropics portion of this. We're going to look at the severe weather first, and then the tropical outlook. So convergence here with counterclockwise rotation. That's the lower level. Let's take a look at the upper level water vapor. And you can still see that little bit of dry slotting and this line right here. Actually, here, look at this. That looks really cool. So we're going to get back to that when we talk a bit more about what's out there now. But that is what we have to take a look at. And I'm going to go now to the Storm Prediction Center. Oops, not SPCC, SPC. Why is it adding 2 C's? It's only doing one at a time there. Alright, this is recording, so let's do SPC. It only did one now, but I'm going to have to go back and watch that to see if it was adding 2 C's when I clicked. Anyway, convective outlook. Oh, there's something we got to look at there. So we're going to look at the convective outlook first. Enhanced. Right here. So that's over halfway up the severe thunderstorm scale. And enhanced, it gives you area, so 68,824 square miles. And there is a little description here. We're not going to read through the description. We're just going to visually go through it. So this is following kind of that line that we saw if we look back on, let's go back to the radar. So following this line, that's what we see in here. No, wait, where'd it go? Storm Prediction Center. There. That line. Whew, that was a struggle. Next, I want to take also a look at some SKUTs, and we're going to look at these as well. I'm not sure if they still have here the PSU EWAL, Penn State University. If they have SKUTs. No SKUT. Where'd they go? Okay. Does anybody know where to get SKUTs from? Why is it adding all these extra letters? I don't want UK. Let's see, where do we want? Let's try and go right around here. Beautiful. Alright, now we got a SKUT. So a couple of things on the SKUT, and T is actually short for temperature because the temperature lines are skewed. So here, these slanted kind of to the right lines, These are the temperature lines. So like this here, 40 Celsius, which is just hot, all the way up through negative 90 Celsius. And yes, we need that low of temperature because once you get to the very upper atmosphere, 100 millibar level, negative 90, it's there. So these lines here, this is showing a couple of things with the sounding. And this area that's shaded, that should be Cape. Let me find Cape on here. Why is it not saying 0? Why is that shaded then? Because the idea is the green line here, that's the dew point. And the red line is the temperature, or the dark red. I don't know why it's doing guess temperature profile and the goes temperature profile. But let's take, and they're pretty much the same there. So here, it's kind of hard to see at the bottom there. But as the partial's rising, a partial of air is just like a piece of air. You kind of think of it as. As this rises, and this is the sounding here. Is that the sounding? I guess that is the sounding. So we're following the dashed blue line. There's the dark oh, this is really hard to see. That line is about 10 Celsius. Is that true? 10 Celsius? That seems cold. Oh, I see what it's doing. I had it flipped. Negative area. So that is a lack of Cape, or sin. No, it's still not there. It's not showing any data for sin, but negative area. I'm assuming what it means by negative area. Here we go. Let's see. Information. Not pressure. I'm looking for the negative area. Doesn't even talk about that. But I'm assuming that means no. That's like convective inhibition. That's interesting. Let's go out a little bit more. So that was here. Let's try right up here. Nope. Is it looping? Not looping. Okay, bad one. Why is that not loading either? Yeah, that's where we were. Memphis. Why is that the only one loading? Texarkana. Is that the only active site right now? There's Houston. Any Cape at all? Still 0 Cape. Okay. 1. Because it's just not reaching. This is all the negative area. If some of these actual sites were, I'm trying to get you guys a skew T that shows Cape? Nothing. Okay, at least this is showing something. So here, Cape, 1739. This is just an example. This is out into the ocean. What is it? Oh no, it's in the Caribbean. So the positive area here. Now that I understand what the legend is with this Cape, so that means if the parcel rises into this section, it's going to keep rising because the parcel itself will be hotter or less dense than the air around it. And when you have something that's less dense than something else, it floats. This is all about buoyancy. That's what I was trying to get to. This is about buoyancy here. So, with this, we're seeing as the height goes up, it's kind of staying steady. It's following that temperature line. So it's kind of isothermal at that moment. But then it starts to hit here, and the temperature profiles show kind of follows just barely at the minimum level needed for this Cape here. I'm trying not to overcomplicate it for you guys because there's a whole study that you have to get to into skew T's. But this is where, remember we were talking about the green line, the dew point, or the parcel temperature? The temperature of the parcel is hotter than the actual air around it. So the temperature profile in brown, see right there? That is the temperature of the air. So at this point, the temperature of the air is about, it's hard to see that. It looks like maybe 10 Celsius. And the temperature of the parcel, which was over here, so at that 10 Celsius, where'd you go? The temperature of the parcel in green here, that is about maybe 15 Celsius. So that means that the air is warmer than the parcel from the surface that rises up is warmer than the surrounding air, which is what causes that convection. That's Cape. And that's kind of what we use with skew T's to see Cape. And it's kind of nice to see the positive area, the area where there would be Cape, where the parcel is warmer than the surrounding air. Right there. So that means that it's pretty deep, meaning it takes up a good amount of the skew T chart here. And then the other lines, these horizontal black dashed lines, are the millibars. 1,000 millibars, kind of right at the surface there. 1,013 specifically millibars. And it goes up. Now this one doesn't have the actual height. There are some skew T's I've seen that have height, but say if we go to 500 millibar, the height of the 500 millibar changes. And then we see that on surface maps. Okay, we're going to get out of there, and I am going to favorite this. Yeah, it says available soundings, but I'm going to keep that. If Office of Satellite and Product Operations. I'm going to keep that. Now on to the surface map. So that low pressure system that brought us the heavy rain and storms yesterday. Raymond, thank you for joining. Which one was the high risk? Remind me what day that was. Was that Sunday? The days merged to me, so I don't know what today is, and I don't know what yesterday was, and I don't know what tomorrow is. Sometimes I feel like if I didn't have a phone, I would have literally no idea what day it is. Trying to think what I actually am really struggling to remember what day that was. But if you remember, let me know and we'll move on from there. So that low pressure system yesterday, last night, that I remember, that brought some rain and storms. You can still see it here on the surface map here. And the cold front came in behind it, which brought these temperatures back down to a very reasonable number for May. 90, it shouldn't be 90 in May, at least around the tri-state region. It was nice, but it was concerning, I guess you could say. Which, climate change chat. So I started the filming of climate change chat, and I'm going to try and see when I can get with my friend Jean Marie, that she's going to join me in this climate change chat with the Green New Deal talk. I'm not familiar with the policy of it, or the bill. We're going to talk about the bill, and then we're going to talk about the actual science with it, too, and the climate science. So a high pressure it's showing here at the moment, because there is no view yet for that little tropical system. And when was this? 15Z. So that's about 11 a.m. Eastern. So this has moved since then. So that's where we're seeing this kind of occluding happening. So that's in the dying phase of synoptic scale weather patterns. And before we get to the forecast models, why did one disappear? I had some of these preloaded. Oh yeah. That's, I don't know, National Hurricane Center. That's what we're looking for. Andrea. Subtropical Depression Andrea. Are you going to load anything? You see what I'm talking about? Unless this is the way it's supposed to be. Normally, this is supposed to bring up the satellite of the storm. This is not the way this website is supposed to be. See, look, it's not even loading anything. Is it that what it's supposed to be? Because if it is, this is terrible. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, heading right for Bermuda. Let's go back to the satellite. No, the satellite. Thank you. Now on the visible satellite here, it's hard to see. Nope, that's not the view I want. That's not the view I want either. Why aren't you just click on the damn button that I'm trying to click this button? It's stuck on this regional. Okay. This is getting really frustrating now. Why am I not getting the view? There's supposed to be a view of the Caribbean here. I really, really hate technology sometimes. Like now, when nothing is working. I am surprised the stream is as good as it is. There's supposed to be a block right in here. It's nothing. Well, we could kind of see it at the end there. What is going on? So I hit plus. No, I don't want to change the time. I hit the plus button and it goes outward, then inward. Why is that is so frustrating? I hit minus and it gets bigger and then gets smaller. I hit plus, it gets smaller, then it gets bigger. Ah! Ah, okay. Fighting with technology in general. But anyway, in this little corner, because that's apparently all we could see now, you could see here the spin. We have our counterclockwise rotation. It's not very organized at the moment. And if you remember from my stream last week, the icon model specifically pointed that out. The GFS, it failed. It didn't show anything. But the icon did. So now I want to show you the icon, which still has that little depression right there. And it goes nowhere. It's just weakening at the moment until it just dies off. The GFS now has it. I actually haven't looked at the tropics on the GFS. I've been focusing on the Northeast the past couple of days. But it also is showing the same thing where it's dying off and then just heading out to sea. But it does have it go right over Bermuda. Did the icon have that as well? It weakens, it unravels, then it hits Bermuda. So now, where did... Oh yeah, the NAM quit. It just decided to kill itself. Let's bring it back. Brought it back from the dead. Okay. The NAM doesn't even have it. Oh, it does. There we go. I just wasn't on the initial frame. So it has it there. And it just pretty much is dying out as it's passing over Bermuda. But let's take a look here. So we have our high pressure out in Canada. It's kind of wedging its way in between yesterday's system and the system that's giving severe weather in the Midwest. And here, we are going to see this kind of ride up and over the high. So here, watch this as I keep rolling through this. So as it pushes a little bit into the Great Lakes, we're going to see this high drop down. So the high kind of gets cut off high. I don't know if that's a thing. But the high drops down. And this allows that last little stream of rain, we can call it, to ride up and over the high pressure system. So that's coming through Thursday the 23rd. That's this Thursday. But in the meantime, the high is still going to be in control. So tomorrow looks like a good day as well. Which is good because I'm going to be at the car show with one of my friends. If you remember, I was in the Corvette last year. I'm going to be riding with my friend Devinder in his Corvette again, going to the car show. And then I may be trying to get mine back in the car show. I'm not going to go every week, but I want to get mine at least in a couple. Yes, Raymond, I just saw your comment there. Snow through the Rockies. We're seeing snow through the Rockies there. Okay, so going into Thursday, this is where we may see some showers or periods of rain in the morning. And then this next, so the main part of that low pressure, see? We're going to watch that 989 low in the middle part of your screen. It's going to ride up, due north. That high drops down, and we're going to watch this low go over the Great Lakes. So it went straight north, over the Great Lakes, and then it jets down here. So we may be seeing going into Thursday, where was it? First Thursday, one round, and then, again, Friday, some more rain there. But then that same high sticks around. It goes south and then stays kind of there, south of us. And that's as far out as the NAM goes into Friday night. So this is 8 p.m. Friday. Icon. Oh, yes, the good old Tropical Tidbits website. Yes, Raymond, that is very funny. That the unofficial start to summer is this weekend, and there's still snow in the country right now. I mean, it's higher elevation areas in the Rockies, but there shouldn't be snow this long. Okay, let's see what the icon is showing. So it's also showing Thursday morning, some showers, and a little break. And this is much more intense. So that low that was following, it's following the same path, where it's going straight north here. Then it turns right and heads east, pretty much due east, over the Great Lakes, but then it gathers some strength. Even though 1002 is not a strong system, it still has a bit more widespread shower activity than the GFS. Oh no, that was the NAM. So right about here. It's more scattered with the NAM versus the icon. That could also be because the NAM is a higher resolution. So I'm just trying to see if it says kilometers. No. It doesn't. I think that the NAM is still a higher resolution. I don't know what kilometer resolution the icon is. It doesn't say it there. Unless it's right in front of my face and I'm just not seeing it. But the NAM, this is 12 kilometers. I think this is higher resolution. That's why it's able to pick out these finer details instead of just saying showers or rain everywhere. It's showing this little split. And that went through, Friday. So let's go back to the icon. So that is Thursday night into Friday morning. Very high pressure gradient there. Oh, yeah, everything looks good. We're good. Raymond, I see you use the 3 kilometer NAM mostly, but that I'm curious about the icon. The icon doesn't say what it is. We're gonna look at the 3 kilometer NAM too, but I just want to see here. Just because it's not, I'm guessing it's not as high of a resolution. It's just showing more widespread. And then going into Friday, this shows nothing. Saturday, we have a high that pops in before Sunday. Oh no, this is some showers for the afternoon. So that's about 2 p.m. Saturday. There goes your rain. And it's pretty much leaving by about 8 a.m. Sunday. And going through Monday, it looks like what the icon is showing is a little bit more south. And then going into next Tuesday, a week from today, and that's where we'll end the model, because that's where the model ends. So next Tuesday, it looks like it's going to have a bit more rain. And next Tuesday may be interesting. So this gaming computer, the processor just can't that's basically what I've found out. When I played that game Anthem, the processor cannot it's not powerful enough to handle playing that game in particular and streaming at the same time. So, the easiest game I have to run is Doom. That's why we're playing Doom today, just to see how smooth we can get everything to be. And it's a fun game, and it's a high action game. But either couple things, I have to upgrade the processor. It's not terrible. Or I do have a second computer, my original computer I built in 2016, sitting in just separate parts in all the boxes. So my plan is we're gonna build that. But I say we because one of my friends, she's a gamer. She does game streaming, or she plays a lot of Fortnite. She's pretty intense with that. But what she's gonna do, she's played PC games before, but never built a PC. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have her build her first computer, and it's gonna be a gaming computer, which I'm then gonna use in my studio to try and run maybe the green screen and switch from the iPad to the game that gaming computer, which is a Skylake system based on the 6700K versus the 8600K that I have in this one. And when I play those other games that are a bit more intense, I'm going to try and see if I can have two systems up here. One playing the game, and one on the side streaming. My original goal was to have gaming and streaming on the same system, but unfortunately, I made a error in my CPU purchasing decision. Bad decision. This processor is just designed for good gaming, but not gaming and streaming, unfortunately. And Raymond, I just saw your comment. Yes, the higher the resolution, the smaller the kilometers, and eventually at some point maybe getting even into meters of resolution, 500 meter, 100 meter resolution versus kilometers. That's what IBM is working on. When you're looking for thunderstorms specifically, because they're small, it's called mesoscale, you want the highest resolution. That's why, let me pull up that 3 kilometer NAM. See how fine everything gets here? It's so fine that I can't even see it from here, and I have to zoom into the northeast on this one in particular. So if you're just looking at thunderstorms, the higher the resolution on the 3 kilometer NAM is better. Unfortunately, I can't use this all the time because this only goes out 60 hours. I need more than that. But here, we're just seeing nice weather. That high pops in for tomorrow. And then going into Thursday. And also see, I think this is so one frame is 1 hour. So Thursday 10Z, which is 6 a.m., we should be seeing some of those showers. And then again, that's the end of the model. So Friday at 0Z, which is Thursday at 8 p.m. It's showing that other line right there. So it's nice. It would be nice if all this can get up there. The only other one I want to try and see is the HRRR. Rapid Refresh. .noaa.gov. Oh, they have a new website. Redirect. Okay. We're going to put this on the northeast. And this is 1 kilometer. Is this 1 kilometer? Yes, 1 kilometer. So this is a 1 kilometer resolution. So if you really, Raymond, specifically, if you want to really look at thunderstorms, even better than the NAM, the HRRR, and this is the website to go to, rapidrefresh.noaa.gov. HRRR, High Resolution Rapid Refresh is the full name of it. 1 kilometer resolution. Let me go back a couple. Let's try 15Z. Model run. That goes through. Okay, so this is really just for today. The highest, the furthest out you're going to get this at most here is about 1 day. 18Z Wednesday is about all it's going to be able to go out to. And that's the 12Z model run. This model runs every single hour. So that's why you're going to have the 12Z, 13Z, 14Z, 15Z, 16, 17Z. So we're going to stick with the 12Z for right now, and I'm going to go to the 1 kilometer reflectivity. We're going to ignore the AGL for right now. Ooh, let me see if I can put this in here. What was it? That should be it. Oh, I was missing some things. What am I missing? /HRRR. /HRRR. Still more. /HRRR dash capital HRRR. There we go. Okay. I don't know what the point of that was. But here, there we go. That's the better website. And Raymond, yes, this, because it only goes at most a day out, this is something you would want to use on the day of the event. And it's not showing anything. We're going to watch this here, though. And the time, oh, that actually starts fading away. But the end of this model, what time was that? Yeah, 12Z, no, that's a 12Z. Here we go, 18Z on the 22nd. So 18Z tomorrow, so 2 p.m., just about 24 hours. But yeah, this is something you do want to use really on the day of the event. I would love this 1 kilometer resolution for everything. A couple other neat things with this particular model, besides the reflectivity, I can go down here and look at CAPE. Most unstable layer, most unstable CAPE, mixed CAPE, surface sin, surface cape. So if I go to most unstable cape, this is going to show us the highest cape values once it decides to load. Okay, so all this gray is nada, less than 1. See, it's just nothing. But you can see there are some cape in here. Right in there. Let me stop at the... So see the greens? The shades of green? 50 shades of green, I guess we'll go with. That's 1,500 to 2,500 joules per kilogram of cape. That's why I like this, because it does show some more detail about this. Alright. That wraps up the storms portion. So essentially, just going back here, nice day today and tomorrow. And through Thursday, some showers. Then a little break for Friday during the day, but then later Friday may see some stuff. Saturday afternoon into Sunday, just early Sunday, probably before dawn, some showers there. And then going into next Tuesday is going to be our next event. So overnight Monday into Tuesday. And then beyond there, we're not going to talk about because I don't like to go beyond the 7-day forecast. And Raymond, I do completely agree. Nothing really... The severe stuff, that happened already on Sunday. So for the week in total, there you go. We had our severe weather ready. Okay. So now, hello again. We're going to close out of this. We're going to go into Steam. I did play this before, so okay, there's this update. I just played this 3 hours ago. And, okay, looks fine. Games, Doom. Okay, we're good. But before we get into there, starting, ooh, interesting. This beer bottle has some glue on it. I'll just leave it. It's all about the speed of the pour as well, from what I know. Oh, too much foam. This one has got too much foam. Too much foam there. Let's see if we can let it settle down a bit. There's still a little bit of beer left. Okay. There. Not terrible. Ah, smells good. Yeah, I apologize for hitting the mic. Okay. We're gonna hit play. Oh, no, not yet, not yet. I need this. Load. And okay. That temperature. For the gaming. Good. See, I know Doom takes a little while to load. So I had enough time to load up the overclock. It actually doesn't look terrible on the stream. It's a little bit stuttery, but not bad so far. Raymond, I'm just reading your comment there. So a couple things I think it was. Capping, I'm not sure. But I think it's also temperature. Even though, yeah, it was hot here, the temperature was just not where it normally is for really big severe weather to start up, because it's not fully into tornado season yet. It's not the heart, essentially. Alright, so first, before I start the new level, I want to take you guys through my benchmark run. So, kind of answer, I don't think it was capping. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it was more temperature. Placement, you can always have severe weather in those places, but I think it was just more temperature. Alright, let's do this.
2, 1, go.
This gets really intense. In the beginning it doesn't. Something hit me. What hit me? It's flying around. I see it. There you are. That's it. Nope. Where are you? Okay. Yeah, that was it.
Security systems operate on 2 separate neural networks that terminate in this maintenance facility. Each termination point is protected by an electrified field, but you should survive the surge.
Primary neural security network offline.
Overload.
Oh, it's still stuttering. I see the stream, it's still stuttering, unfortunately. Alright, here comes the fun part. Oh, gotta get these guys. There's another.
My vital operating systems are now vulnerable. I recommend destroying my coolant system first. This will accelerate the destabilization
Alright,
process.
let's do this.
Metal overload.
Room security decline.
Somebody around here. Whew, that was intense.
Weaponizing demons for a brighter tomorrow. Should you find yourself on a level 3 demon contamination pit, it's important that you remain calm. A 2-3 fellow would answer and neither should you.
Okay.
Weaponizing demons.
I think it's back. Let's try this. Okay, I'm back. Hello, Delvin. Thank you for joining. Yes, past 8 o'clock sunset. I love that. And Raymond, before we get back into the game, let me just see what you're looking at here. We were watching 2 live streams yesterday. Interesting. Oh, the other thing I want to check, I think I record this is also a lot for this processor to handle, but I was recording locally. I think that recording is corrupted now. Let me see. This file isn't playable. Oh, boo. 3.34 gigabytes. Oh well. I switched it to so if I record in usual video formats, .mp4, .mov, for some reason, if the computer crashes, it corrupts the whole video file. If I record in .flv, which is honestly an antique video codec, flash player, it's flash video. If the computer crashes, it ends the video in a nice package, and it's fine. Well, I think I'm gonna have to eventually upgrade the processor. Okay, let's try and get that game going again. some reason it looks like the frame rate of the webcam is lower too. Don't know why. Let's try this again. That's why I use this as a benchmark. Because if I can't make it through without either dying or just finish the level, it something's unstable. And I think it's just overloading the processor. Because gaming is not necessarily thread heavy. And yes, Raymond, I usually have the quality at 1080 because I prefer the way 1080 looks on there. 720 and 1080 do have a little bit of a look difference. For this processor, I may have to lower that. Okay, so here it says it's holding at 60 FPS on my screen. Vega Central Processing. So before it actually starts the game, once it loads, I just want to see here, Task Manager. Okay. So OBS is using about roughly 50% of the CPU at the moment. Doom. Oh, why is that on? I don't need that. Doom is using about a quarter. And the game is not playing right now. So what I'm going to try and do is go back into here, start the game. So it's running, fully running. So what's neat is for 4K itself, this is doing 4K at over 100 frames per second. That's how powerful the graphics processor is. And by itself, that should be fine. Now I'm going to go back into Task Manager. Here we go. It's pinned at 100%. That's the issue I'm running into. Look at that. There's no headroom at all in this processor. It's hitting my overclock. I have it overclocked to essentially it's 5 gigahertz. So it's not the overclock that's crashing it. It's just so overloaded. That's the issue. This confirms the issue. So Doom is using 50% of the processor by itself. And we're going to say OBS is using about 40%. So that's 90% utilization by just those two. Precision, maybe if I just quit that, that'll help. Maybe a little bit. It's still pegged at 100, and it's in red because it's not good. So it's pegged at 100. Steam is using a little bit, but still, that would be, say, 1%. Task Manager right now is using 1%. That's pegging it at 100% utilization. The RAM is fine. I have 16 gigs of RAM in here, and the game is using 2.3 gigs. OBS is using 0.4. It's just between these two. The processor just can't handle that. Ethernet is pretty steady. Wi-Fi is pretty steady. And that's fine here, the 100% graphics card utilization. It should be right around 100% utilization. So total I'm using 7 out of 16 gigs. Fine. It's just pinning the processor at 100%. Damn. That's the issue. Okay. I know the issue. I know what I have to do, and it's not going to be cheap, unfortunately. Alright.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's try this again. Where? There's something up here. I like these headphones because they're position dependent. I can hear where it is. There's something up there. Ah, can't get it. That was almost like teleporting. It's crawling the wall. Crawling up the wall. Okay.
My security systems operate on 2 separate neural networks that terminate in this maintenance facility.
At least this is a fun
Each
level.
termination point
That's
is
why I
protected by an
chose this
electrified
specifically
field, but
as
you
my
should survive the
benchmarking
surge.
level.
Primary neural security network offline.
Also, what others have said is arguably... Oh no, I didn't want to get the Berserk already.
Maximum multiplier overload.
They're the big guys. They're the big guys.
Auxiliary neural security network offline.
Someone's back there. Right. And I saw you go down here. Ooh, you got me from behind. Oh, there you are. This is normally where I wanted the Berserk. So I'm gonna have to use the BFG.
My vital operating systems are now vulnerable. I recommend destroying my coolant system first. This will accelerate the destabilization process.
Maximum
That.
multiplier.
And we use vulnerability.
yourself caught in a level 3 human contamination event. A tier 3 fellow wouldn't panic. Neither should you. Unlike everything else in your life, this work here matters. Weaponizing demons for a brighter tomorrow.
Oh, it stuttered. It stuttered. No. It's stuttering. No, quit the game. Exit. I'll exit the desktop. I don't want to quit. Okay. Did it get it? No. Oh, it's still going. I'm still streaming. Can you hear me? Okay, I think I'm back. Okay. This is not the first time this has happened. It's streaming okay now. Oh, start the recording. Now that I switched the settings, that should be okay. So I'm going to just bring up the folder and I'm going to show you. So in here, this is the folder, game streams I call it, where I have everything set to. So we'll just go by date. 5/21, 4:30. So this is the one that just started, so I'm not going to touch this because this is the active recording. This one, why it does not have anything either? It's from last week, 14th. This is not a test trying things. This is the corrupted one. And this is this is old footage I already have copied off the computer. Both of these say 0 bytes. I'm going to leave that for right now, but these are not readable on a Mac. Well, not really readable on the Windows computer either. It's not really. This file format is not readable on anything outside of this VLC. The Windows computer can't read it. The Mac can't read it. Nothing can read it. That's why I hate using that file format. But if it crashes, it recovers it. Oh well. Okay. So we're not going to do that again. If anything, I'm going to try something very simple. Minecraft. If this pegs the CPU just needs to be upgraded. Okay. This is now YouTube is acting up. Hello, Pete. Thank you for joining. You caught me as I'm just coming back on. Um, Thank you at least for just dropping by to say hi. Oh, and Pete, so I know we talked about the climate stuff before, and that's I think one of the climate chat videos is where you joined my channel or subscribed to my channel. I'm working on another one. I'm actually going to work on this with a friend, and she knows a lot about this Green New Deal, and I know nothing about it. So we're going to talk about it on a video that I'm going to put out. So definitely check back for that. Okay. Back on. YouTube says we're not receiving data from your encoder. That's the notice I'm getting at the moment. But clearly it's working. It's streaming. I see OBS streaming it out, and I'm watching it literally on another computer, so it's obviously working. Okay, I refreshed this, and now it just says stream health good. It is. It's a stable stream at the moment when I'm not doing anything else. And what I think happened with that last crash is Minecraft is not very intense at all. So I forgot to enable the fans on my GPU, the graphics card, so it may have temperature throttled and just cut. So I turned that back on, but sitting right now, just this streaming. Okay, let me show this to you guys here. Okay, right here. Oh, that always pops up. I gotta get rid of this. I don't need that. Right here. OBS specifically is using about half of the processor. 60% total CPU usage. Just literally, I have nothing else open but the overclock software that manages the graphics card. And even if I close this, I'm just gonna close that right now. Look at this. 55% utilization. I don't know what the rest is taking up because nothing here is really showing a lot. What was here? Oh, VPN. I do have a VPN running on this. If I disable the VPN, what would happen? So, oh, look at the scrolling here. That's now getting up to 60% CPU utilization. If I disable the VPN, is it okay? Am I still okay? I'm still going. So I disabled the VPN, and look, it's still over 50% CPU, and the only two things open right now at the bottom here. OBS, which I'm streaming and recording at the same time, and Task Manager. That is it. 60% utilization. Just about. And the VPN didn't do anything. I'm going to switch back on the VPN, so you're going to see a tiny bit of an interruption. So, give me 1 second. Just going to re-enable VPN. Okay, now I'm back. So, the VPN, when it's switching from on and off, it kills all internet connection. Then it enables. Okay, well, if you have it out, I'd love to see if you can post a link to it, if you don't mind everybody else looking at that video as well. I don't mind. I'd love to check it out. So, we're going to try this one. Oh, I'm not recording right now. Now I'm recording. Okay. Let me, wow. Okay, the recording just dipped the stream and went back up. Now that I'm recording and streaming, I want to see Task Manager again. And same thing, 55 to 60% utilization. That's the issue this whole time. It's not a setting, it's just physical hardware. Because if I'm literally doing nothing else but OBS and I'm using 60% of the CPU, opening a game that's using 50% of the CPU itself, that's putting utilization of the CPU at 110%, because that's not good. Anything above that 100% mark is going to bog down or just crash the computer. Oh, it is. Oh. Okay. So, this last part, I'm going to try Minecraft one more time. I hear it. Everything still looks good. Okay, now it opened. Ooh. Xbox Live has arrived in Minecraft. Okay. Oh, it's Minecraft's birthday. 10 years. Oh, excuse me. Let me switch that. That should have switched this, but I'm going to read through this if you actually... Okay, good, you are seeing it. It's our birthday, but these gifts are all for you. Blockworks has created a brand new map with larger-than-life Minecraft theme parks. Ah, interesting. Minecraft Marketplace. Interesting. So we're going to go into this. And once I actually get this up. So, the other thing, too, press T, return, or controller D-pad right to open. Okay, I don't need to worry about a chat. I'm the only one in here. Okay, so this is going right now. It's not the smoothest. Wow. Interesting. It's struggling a little bit to run Minecraft. Let me just see. So I'm out here now. Make sure there's no creepers around to get me while I'm away from keyboard. There's a cow. Okay, so we're going to be good. So I'm going to bring up again Task Manager. So now, I saw it peak at about 67% utilization. Minecraft itself, I saw was bouncing between, say, 12, it went up to 17%. I don't know if these have anything to do with it. If they're not using any percentage, though. They're using a little bit of RAM, but they're not using any... 71, 73%. Okay, here we go. So, that's the issue. Thank you guys for sticking with me, because we discovered an issue. And the stream is it's saying bad. What's OBS actually saying? Let me switch back here. It's not bad. It's just fluctuating a lot. It's actually getting down to like 6,500 kilobits per second, getting up to about 8,500 kilobits per second. So it's fluctuating quite a bit. And with this, I'm just going to look here. 65%, 66%. So it peaked at 73% utilization. And this is just not as smooth. This looks more like it's operating at about 30 FPS, the game. Well, I know what I need to do now, unfortunately. Oh, there's a chicken. I have enough in my cage, so I'm gonna... There we go. Caught a chicken. There's some more over there. Oh, there's something down there. Oh, I have no arrows. Never mind. Can I get underneath him? Go down. Okay. That worked. Delvin, if you're still watching, oh, right. Oh, Pete, do you mean, oh, I know what you mean. So, actually, what you can do is go to my meteorologist page, facebook.com/weathermanap, and post it there. I'll put that link in here. Actually, just message me right on there. There's I have a public messenger part there. So, go to that website, right? Facebook.com/weathermanap. It didn't hyperlink. Why didn't it hyperlink? But anyway, go to there and you can message me the content. I'll look at it, see if we can put it right in here. If not, the stream ends in about 10 minutes anyway, so. Oh, there's chicken. The pig. Oh, I'm full. I need to get rid of something. Oh, I have a trident. Where'd that come from? I don't remember that. Some of that. Where's the sun? Sun is slowly going down. And I also kind of... Oh, that was too hard of a fall. I also kind of like, I can go fishing without actually having the fishing rod, which was kind of weird. I can't, I'm stuck. There we go. So I can go fishing here. And I think it has the refraction. I need to get rid of one more thing. Ooh, where'd that iron? What I did the last time I came on here? And I have a lot of coal. I should empty out. Sticks, gunpowder. I can't really get rid of anything. Sugarcane. Okay, dirt. We're gonna get rid of the dirt. Okay, got rid of the dirt. Now, let me get the fish. There we go. Let me empty out. Delvin, yes, I remember. You love Minecraft like I do. So we're gonna cook some things. Oh, I have more iron in here. Glass. Let's put the gunpowder away. I don't need that in here. Do I have any gunpowder? I do not. Oh, there it is. So there's some gunpowder. Coal. I got lots of coal, which is good. Get rid of some of those. trident. I am curious about this. Where did I get a trident from? Oh, I think I know where I got a trident from. There was a, oh, there goes the sun. I think there was some sort of fish monster the last time I played this that I killed. So now that that went down, let me go to bed here. Ha! Sunrise in Boston. Hey, you know what? I'm going to use my resources. What time is sunrise in Boston?
Sunrise was at 5:17 a.m. today in Boston, Massachusetts.
Delvin, is that correct? 5:17 a.m.? Is this cooked fish? Cooked salmon. Okay, good. Nope. Well, I'm curious to see what this trident's all about. See, Delvin, I have my resources. Does the trident do anything underwater different? It does the refraction. So are we all familiar with refraction in water? This is the perfect example of it. Look at the right side of my screen here. Look at the trident. I'm above water right now. When I drop below water, watch what happens. It got closer. This is where it gets a little bit challenging to try and fish underwater and out of water, because you have to adjust for the angle of refraction. And I want to see if my torch is still up on top of the mountain. Oh, can't see it. Okay. Go back to my little hut. In the ground hut. End it there, because the stream really wasn't about Minecraft. I'll have another stream coming up that's going to be all Minecraft. Okay, so I'll go back in here and quit here. Okay, I don't know if I'm back. It says bad. At least that means it's receiving data. Okay. All right. We're having all kinds of fun now. So Minecraft crashed the computer. Let me start the recording again. Okay, I checked the files, they're there with this weird FLV file. Let me check the stream. Okay, it's going. So I might just end this early, about 4 minutes early. Usually I like to have the stream 3 to 5 for you guys, so if you don't join in right away, it's going nicely. But I'll just show you a recap. I'm going to pull up just two things here. We're going to pull up the radar. And I'm going to pull up the icon model on the good old tropical tidbits. Just to eat up the last few moments. Okay. So, looking at the radar here. For today, the rest of today, beautiful. The rest of tomorrow, beautiful as well. Oop, wrong button. Then going into Thursday. This is where we're going to start to see maybe some showers in the morning. All because of this mess of a system here that is giving severe weather right now. Look at this long bow. Wow. I was going to take a screenshot of this, but it's screen recording, so irrelevant. So there we go. Longbow. That's leading up to the enhanced risk that's through this exact region. Very quickly, I just want to see if there's any kind of warnings as the train goes by. Any kind of warnings out there right now. There are. Let's get a closer look at some radar. That's what we'll end on. Tornadoes. Storms. The games and storms part. So, let me pop up the radar here. Oh, and also I am curious, now that I have radar scope open as well, it just said 100% utilization. Wow. So I'm using 60% of the CPU, which that's it. That's just decided. But anyway, back to here. There's your tornado warning. There's a tornado warning. Come on, you could pop open. Nope. It's not popping open. But anyway, let's see if we can see anything. Any hooks? I don't see it. That's kind of a hook in there, but that looks like some pretty high DBZs getting into the pinks. Over 60 right there. Let's put this, where is it? Put this in motion. Maybe a little something in here. It's interesting that this tornado warning follows the actual state line and not straight through, but I would connect that. Although there's a weather forecast office thing about that. So here, do we see anything? Nothing there on the reflectivity. Let's switch to velocity. Ooh, there. Look at that. There. And maybe something in there. There's a lot of shear here, though. Let me stop this for a second. But this one, that right there. Can I go back frames? No, I can't on this. But that I would say is a tornado. You can't just say based on radar. You actually need a visual confirmation of it to call it a tornado. But I would guess there's a tornado in there. All right. And there we go. All right, that wraps up this Games and Storms live stream. Thank you for dealing with the computer crashes with me. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Well, I don't have to figure. I know what I have to do, and it's not cheap, unfortunately. But I want to get the best content out for you guys, and even now, it's not as smooth as it was in the beginning of the stream. So thank you for sticking around. I see I still got, what? Oh, where'd you go? Still got 3 of you with me here. But thank you all. So we got Pete, we got Delvin, we got Raymond. I know you guys participated in the comments. So thank you for joining in the conversation. Anybody else watching that is curious, I'm pretty much going to be doing these every Tuesday with some differences. Instead of gaming sometimes, we're going to be computer building or repairing or something like that. Full Throttle Thursday, I do apologize I didn't get the one out last week. Didn't have time to just finish the last little bit of editing with it. I'm going to finish that today, so that'll be out for Thursday. Tomorrow, I'm not going to have any content out because tomorrow I'm going to the car show with my friend. I'm going to ride in his Corvette again. Maybe I'll have that. I'm probably going to have that as a Full Throttle Thursday. So I got a lot of fun content. If you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button below and the little bell icon right next to that so you get notified whenever I upload a video or I go live like this. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Thank you for joining today, and I will see you all in the next video.